breakout room and bring Ms. Hannibal back in.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Murphy, I truly appreciate you speaking to Ms. Hannibal. Mr. Murphy, how would you like to proceed today on behalf of Ms. Hannibal?
Your Honor, Ms. Hannibal wants to enter and continue a not guilty plea on the contempt and asks to address bond in regards to the matter.
Okay, and what is the underlying charge, Mr. Fleming or Mr. Murphy, on file number 23-21232FH?
Unlawful use or unlawful driving away of a motor vehicle in line to a police officer during a 4-year or more investigation.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I will enter a plea of not guilty on the contempt of court and continue the plea of not guilty on the underlying charge of this file. Mr. Murphy, so Mr. Goldstein is no longer on this file. So Ms. Hannibal, Mr. Goldstein at one time represented you, but is no longer your attorney. Do you intend to retain an attorney, or are you unable to hire an attorney?
At this point, I intend to retain an attorney, and if I could have some, I need to take care of the court proceedings with any kind of attorney I can get, but as of right now, I will retain. I intend on retaining an attorney if I can get out to further get the process rolling.
Okay, so Ms. Hannibal, are you currently employed?
I am not. I take care of my grandchildren, and I get paid from my daughter. I get $250 from her and every week, and then I get my alimony. I get $200 a week, and then I get that's not 800 and say I think it turns out to be $1,600, or was it $800 a month from my alimony. I sell houses. I have a house that I had sold to an investor. I have proof that I have $500 a monthly payment on that as well. And I clean houses. So I do work. I'm just off right this moment due to the fact that I had plates put in, and I have an appointment. I had surgery done, and I have an appointment tonight to get to, and I apologize. I was unaware that my court date was not changed. I'll be quiet.
And trying to add all that up. Let's see.
Ma'am, I do intend on retaining an attorney.
Okay, all right, and I was just trying to determine if you're eligible for court appointed, and it actually doesn't sound like she is, Mr. Glazier and Mr. Murphy.
I don't know, Your Honor. I don't know what the guidelines say of it.
Let me see here. 1%. I think she is.
I believe that I qualified for a court appointment.
Would you say your income's above $1,215 a month?
Above that?
Yeah,
I don't.
it's
I
below
don't know.
that?
It depends on. It's below it, yes. I believe it depends on. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if her income's below 1,215, she's eligible for court appointed counsel. So I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. All right, so I can set this for pretrial, Mr. Murphy, for whoever gets assigned to this file for September 20th, next week at 8:15. So September 20 at 8:15 in the morning. And as I said, enter a plea of not guilty on the contempt to continue the not guilty on the underlying file. So Mr. Murphy, you wanted to address bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Hannibal we're asking for a PR bond in this matter. The underlying charges aren't violent in nature. You can see that from looking at them. I don't know the specifics, but just the nature of the crimes themselves are not violent in nature. I do believe when you listen to what Ms. Hannibal was saying, she did have Mr. Goldstein. She had told me that there was some communication issues, not some, but some severe communication. Mr. Goldstein trying to clarify or I guess solidify his representation of her. Ms. Hannibal said that that's why she was unaware of the court date. She didn't intend to miss any court date. So I don't believe she's a flight risk, Your Honor. I also can see that there was an appointment made for the forensic center, which that would suggest to me, and it should suggest to the court that obviously there's some issues here that have to be resolved that would suggest that, I think we should refrain from adding more criminal charges to Ms. Hannibal. Again, she has a good address here in Lenawee County. She can be reached at. She has a good phone number. I don't believe she's a flight risk, and I believe if the court is concerned about any safety to herself or to the community, conditions can be imposed. Also, you can see Ms. Hannibal has showed the court she has her hand. She has an issue with her hand, a medical issue. She has appointment tomorrow and have to have that addressed. Again, she's asking for the court to consider that for the PR bond to help her get the medical treatment for that as well. So I'd ask the court to consider a PR bond.
All right, Mr. Fleming, he is correct. And it's not a violent offense, but Mr. Fleming, would you like to weigh in on her?
Judge, I mean, she was told about the July 26th date on June 7th pretrial date. I would leave it in Your Honor's discretion, of course, but I would think that she knew about the date and just flagrantly violated, showing up. So bond is probably set where it should be, but would leave it in Your Honor's discretion.
All right. So Miss Hannah Walt, I am going to give you a PR bond on the contempt of court as well as the underlying file. Ms. Hannah Walt, in terms of that bond, not to commit any new crimes, not to use any illegal controlled substances, and you will need to appear back here on September 20th at 8:15. You can appear in person, you can appear from the PD's office, or you can Zoom in. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
If you fail to appear, I will issue a bench warrant and I will not let you out of jail next time. Do you understand that?
I do understand. Thank you very much.
All right, so we will see you back on September 20th at 8:15.
Your Honor, if I could interrupt for
Yes.
a moment. This was Sam's case, but I'm taking it over for him, at least while she has a court-appointed attorney. I was wondering, Ms. Hannibal, if as soon as you get out, if you could set up an appointment to come see me this week.
Absolutely, sir.
I'm John Glazier, so just call and set up an appointment to see me this week at the public defender's office.
I sure will. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Your
Okay.
Honor.
All
Judge,
right,
she
thank
also
you.
might have she has a pending felonious assault downstairs. There might be a bond hearing on that one as well. I'm not sure where that.
When was
is.
she arrested on that?
I'm not sure, Judge, but there was a bench warrant issued on July 20th on that one.
All right, looks like you're probably gonna be arraigned down in district court too on something, so, all right, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all set.
Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, so hold on a second. Let me remove that jail room noise. All right, so this is in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Ricky Nelson Bixler, file number 2023-21315 FC. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Bixler. I have Amanda Wagner appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. You see that requests for discovery have been filed by the public defender's office. Stipulation for adjournment. All right, so Mr. Glazier, where do we stand today?
I need to speak with Mr. Bixler, Your Honor.
Not a problem. All right, so I'm going to open a breakout room. And I'm going to assign the jail and Mr. Glazier to the breakout room. Go ahead and click on join that breakout room and we'll take a recess while you're talking. That's our last case. You can- So we can take a break for a minute and then we'll finish up Bixler. Jeff, you're all set. You can close that up and
Something goofed up, Mr. Bixler. Hold on, and because I don't want to talk with it where everybody.
did it not give me an invitation?
It didn't hook us up for some reason, Your Honor.
Okay, let me open it again. Now open again.
All right.
Invitation to join. Mr. Bixler, you know how to join a breakout room?
I think so. I go here.
Okay. Yep, click on and go on in. Do you have something that says join the breakout room?
Yep.
With your pointing finger, click on the mouse. There you go. Oh, he's back. I'm sorry, Mr. Glazier.
That's all right, Your Honor.
All right, all right, let me bring the Joe back. All right, there it is. All right, we are back on the record with Mr. Bixler. Mr. Glazier, how would you like to proceed today on behalf of Mr. Bixler?
Your Honor, I guess we need to clarify some stuff. First of all, did you get a copy of a letter from Mr. Bixler dated August 31st, 2023?
Well, Mr. Glazier, what I will say is did you get a copy of it?
I've got a copy of it. Apparently it was sent to Mr. Daly to be sent to you.
Okay, so if a letter was sent to me and they were represented by counsel, I believe Ms. McBrain either seals it or sends it to their attorney.
Okay,
Because it's ex parte communication without the attorneys being present.
all right. So I just want to, you still have the copy in case you need, Mr. Bixler wants you to read it and I don't have any objection to it.
So this is, at this time, a plea has not been entered, correct?
Yeah, we've entered a plea of not guilty on this, I believe.
Well, right, but we're not set for sentencing. I don't have that letter, nor would I.
Okay. That's
That's
fine.
ex parte communication and I can't read things unless the attorneys are present.
All right. Well, Your Honor, here's the
Hold on, Mr.
situation.
Bixler.
Here's the situation. Ever since this case came to us, Mr. Bixler has wanted to get me off the case, has asked me to leave the case, says I don't talk to him, says I don't do things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's always wanted to have Jim Daly represent him on this case, but apparently didn't have the money to do it. In an effort to appease him, I asked Jim Daly to co-counsel with me on this case, and he agreed to do it, and he's being paid by our office to do it. Mr. Bixler continues in this letter, and without going too much, saying I'm not doing anything. I sent a detective down to talk to him and some other things. It's not true. I've done an investigation. The investigator from our office went down and talked to him. We did do an investigation to look up some witnesses. We have started the progress to get the DNA done. In fact, we had an appointment to talk to the doctor about the DNA results yesterday. Mr. Daly was not notified, so I put it off, and I was going to do that with Mr. Daly present. Mr. Bixler still complains he doesn't want me or our office to have anything to do with it. I guess if that's the case, we'll give this entirely to Mr. Daly, and we won't do any more work on it. And Mr. Daly will represent him solely from now on.
Okay, well, to be honest, Mr. Bixler, even if I had received the letter and read it, which I couldn't have, I have no authority over court-appointed attorneys, which is the way it should be. And so your options usually are either to hire somebody or work with the attorney you get. So it looks like Mr. Glazer has allowed Mr. Daly to continue to represent you. So it'll be just Mr. Daly now, Mr. Glazer?
That's right. I guess it's still got to be our office, the public defender's office, but I'm going to put a note on the file, and Mr. Bixler, I want him to confirm this, that our office is not going to do any other work, that Jim Daly is going to do the work. Obviously, we will pay for the DNA expert, and we'll pay witnesses, but we're not going to do anything other than what Jim Daly's going to be assigned to do it by himself, assuming that's what Jim Daly wants to do. And I don't know what Mr. Daly's feelings are on this. As of last, he thought we were going to assist him. In fact, he's talked to our detective, and he's talked to a couple of our interns,
Well, Mr. Daly, as a special public defender, would be able to use your investigators still, correct?
Yeah, it's really not what it is, Your Honor. It's not a conflict situation. It's just that Mr. Bixler has wanted Mr. Daly from the start and created such a ruckus that I said I would do it with Mr. Daly. Now he doesn't even want me to do that. So Mr. Daly can do it, and our office will pay for it.
Well, all right.
I think at this point there's been a complete breakdown between me and Mr. Bixler as me and me.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Miss Adams, can we put, I guess I'll set this for another pretrial and have you'll need to do the paperwork appointing Mr. Daly. So has there been a plea offer made in this file?
I guess I don't really want to discuss anything. Mr. Bixler complains if I say anything on it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what I will do is I will set this for another pretrial. My next available is October 11, Mr. Bixler. So I'll set a pretrial for October 11 at 8:30 in the morning, and Miss Adams will send the notice to Mr. Daly, or actually Mr. Glazer. You'll do an order appointing Mr. Daly as a special public defender on this file, and the stipend order to adjourn to October 11 at 8:30.
Your Honor.
Mr. Daly's
Yes.
already been appointed.
I'm
But
sorry.
Do you have to do an order removing you, or, yeah, because you're both, I don't know. Anyway, Ms. Wagner?
Your Honor, just one thing I wanted to put on the record. There was an issue with discovery that Mr. Glazer had raised. And I just wanted, even though he's not going to be on the case going forward, it sounds like I want to confirm that he did receive the discovery that he was requesting. It was specifically related to the DNA expert, and that all of that will then be forwarded by his office to Mr. Daly.
That's fine, Your Honor. The trouble I have is that I have two interns that have worked and set this up, and I don't know where they are with with getting the discovery needed. I assume they had it because we were set to talk to the DNA expert yesterday, but.
Okay,
These
I
are things,
guess I'll-
these are things Mr.
So
Daly.
hold on, everybody, hold on. So Ms. Wagner, it looks like, give it a week or two and then reach out to Mr. Daly and you guys can go through what he has and what he doesn't have.
sure. I mean, we did receive an email from Leo stating that he had
That's
received
with
the
the-
last round of things that we sent. I
Right.
just wanted to put that on the record today.
Okay, and I would just ask that you probably have a meeting with Mr. Daly to make sure he has everything that you sent.
Sure, thank you.
And Mr. Glazier will, of course, turn over the complete file to Mr. Daly.
It's available to him. It always is. We have it on our Defender data and he has access to
Okay.
it.
All right, anything else today, Mr. Bixler? Anything, you had your hand up, anything else?
I just wanted it to go on record that I didn't send that letter directly to you. I sent it to Jim Daly. He provided Mr. Glasser with a copy. And I thought you were going to have a copy of it today yourself. I knew that communicating with you directly was against the rules, so I sent it to my attorney. And I was to understand that it was Jim Daly as he was first chair. I'm hoping that they will get that letter to you because it clarifies my situation.
Mr. Bixler, it's been resolved. Mr. Daly's your attorney.
Yes.
I cannot read your letter. I cannot read your letter. The only time I would be able to read your letter would be if you were being sentenced, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
All
all right, well, I believe that takes care of everything. Mr. Glazier, you'll do the stipend order adjourning it to October 11 at 8:30. And that concludes my morning criminal docket. Thank you.